Right, hello all, we're back here at Preston New Road again, Solidarity Saturday, and I'm here with my mate, Jed. What's the main part of fracking that really worries you?
Big part for me is that it is a carbon fuel. Global warming, what we're doing to the environment, and just stripping the planet of the natural resources. We can't keep doing it. If we want to survive as a human race, we can't keep doing that. And one of the crazy things is that we're using 18th century technology when you look at coal power, and we're still using these technologies.
Yeah.
You look at IT, 1950s, a computer could take a full, huge sized room, but now can fit in the palm of your hand, the same kind of power.
One of these things.
Look at the thing that you're using there, the capability that has. It used to take buildings to actually house. We've been able to advance that technology in a number of decades. In centuries, we haven't moved away from fossil fuel. It's crazy, and it's to do with corporate power and corporate control.
Amateur was set up to inform the public, really, and to bring more awareness to what was coming to them. The scale of this industry is huge when you look at the amount of pedal licences that have gone down all over the country. We're looking at 66% of the country being taken over by fracking.
Yeah. We had a couple of people run down, didn't we, yesterday?
Yes, we did.
So we had, it was a member of...
There was 2 protectors and 2 security guards.
Yeah, and I think the security guard ended up in hospital, didn't he?
Yes, he did, yeah. It's quite concerning that companies will go to those extremes, endangering lives, on a work site especially, and think that they can get away with that. It's criminal behaviour, and if that's the ethos of the companies, then these companies need to be questioned. We've done our research, and we've listened to those that have no vested interest in the oil and gas industry, and all the peer-reviewed studies, and we don't think it should go ahead. And we said no, we mean no, and we don't want you here, so leave please, thanks.
Thanks.
Today is Solidarity Saturday, and this is an opportunity every week for people to come down to Maple Farm, have a cup of tea, have a piece of homemade cake, and talk to people regarding fracking. What I would like to see is even just 1 out of every 10 people who honks their horn in support, because if 1 in 10 actually got out of their car and came down and joined us, we would actually have a real frack fighting army. But we're only as good as the support that we have, and we need numbers, and we need more people to actually, if they are opposed to fracking, come down, stand up and be counted. We keep being told, don't we, that we have gold standard regulations and that it's all going to be so very different. And I think if fracking does go ahead, it won't prove to be any different here than it has been in Australia and America. And we will see public health impacts, and we will see water contamination, and we will see people becoming ill and having increases in asthma and respiratory conditions and all the things that go with fracking in other countries. But at the moment, we're fighting a bit of a rearguard battle, because we've got this great big misinformation machine which the government is colluding with. So we're fighting, not just the frackers, we're fighting people within the supply chain, we're fighting people like the Northwest Chamber of Trade, who all see this as a money-making exercise. And we are fighting, to an extent, public opinion, which has been led to believe that we need to frack for energy security, and that we need to frack for gas for our homes. And the research that I've done proves that nothing could be further from the truth. The reason why we're fracking is we're actually in a triple whammy situation. One, we've got the real threat that fracking poses to our health and well-being, and the reason we're fracking is to provide gas as a chemical feedstock for the chemical and manufacturing industry. Now, the CIA, which is the Chemical Industry Association, thinks that on the back of shale gas, they can increase their turnover from 40 billion to 60 billion a year, and the government of that gets revenue increase of 4 billion, from 4 billion to 6 billion. So, we can all see why people are rubbing their hands with glee. But the fact is, if our chemical industry and our manufacturing industry see the same sort of inward investment that they've seen in America on the back of fracking, then that's the double bit of the double whammy, is that then they ramp up production and we've got the pollution that comes with the actual manufacturing process. And then the triple whammy is, of course, that they're going to turn out loads more plastic crap, which is then going to clog up our oceans and our waterways and leach chemicals into landfills, you know, for the next 100 to 150 years. So really, fracking, when we're opposed to fracking, we're opposed to fracking for its own sake, but I'm also opposed to the reasons why we're fracking. And we fight this disinformation campaign where people have been led to believe that somehow, you know, it's about keeping the lights on and it's about fighting fuel poverty, and nothing could be further from the truth. I would say to people, what you have to understand is that while there remains no social licence for fracking, there will be protest. When fracking is imposed upon reluctant communities and they are disenfranchised, the only voice they have is protest.
Yep.
We are told by the police that they are there to facilitate peaceful protest. If Quadrilla weren't desecrating that farmland up there, there would be no protesters at the side of the road.
Absolutely.
So therefore, if people are looking for someone to blame for the costs of policing protest, maybe we have to take it right back and say, without fracking, there would be no anti-frackers. Without Quadrilla being on that site, there would be no protest opposite it.